Awesome. All right. Hello, everyone. Happy Thursday. Happy June. Welcome to our first webinar of June. Welcome back for those of you who have been with us before. I'm excited to kick off our webinar for today. My name is Heather Grant. I am one of the community admins here at the Maintenance Community by Upkeep. Thank you for being here, making the time to join us today. If you are not already a member of the Maintenance Community on Slack, we would love to have you join us. I will add a link in the sign up on how to sign up in the chat in just a moment. Today I have Manuel joining for a presentation on creating and applying maintenance balance scorecards. I know I'm looking forward to learning a lot. The recording from our session today will be available at this link actually right after we end our session, as well as in the maintenance community on Slack tomorrow, along with a copy of the slides that you see here. Manuel himself is also available to answer questions live in the Slack group. So please feel free to share the recording of this webinar or the invitation to Slack directly if there's anyone you know who would benefit from hearing some of Manuel's expertise. My last piece of housekeeping, and then we'll waste no more time, go ahead and get started. You'll notice that your cameras and microphones are not turned on today. So what you want to do if you have any questions for Manuel is use the chat feature on the right-hand side of your screen there. I believe we already have people hopping in saying hello. Please feel free to introduce yourselves and say hi as well. We'll take questions at the end of our time today. So I'll be looking at those throughout the conversation, and then we'll go back and answer questions after the presentation. Any questions that we don't get to, we'll be sure to answer offline in the community as well. That's all from me. Thank you again, Manuel, for being here. Thank you, everyone, for making time to join us. And I will turn it over to you to get started.
Okay, thank you, Heather. Thank you to everybody who has had the time for joining this. I'm very happy to collaborate with the community. It's been just a few months that I've been going with you, and it's very encouraging to do new things and to share what the little one knows on these times working on maintenance. So for me, I've been working on maintenance the last 22 years. Been working here I'm from Peru, from South America. I've been working with some companies as Goodyear, Kraft, before it became Mondelez, here on poultry companies, and now I'm working on the retail industry. Right now, I'm going to present you something that I've learned when I had to manage several sites together and how to manage all the maintenance KPIs and trying to contribute to the overall business. So that's why it is called creating and applying a maintenance balance scorecards. So I will start with something really basic first. It's how do we work with maintenance and continuous improvement? So for me, the continuous improvement is a key component for all management systems. So and maintenance management needs CI, the continuous improvement, to reach higher levels. When maintenance began, it was more like a repairs department. So something broke, and we need to repair it, and we were like firefighters trying to repair the things. And maybe everyone has started in a plant when there is all reactive maintenance. When production time became critical, the concept then evolved to just assure the availability of the assets. Okay, so we were an availability assurance department. We need to make them run as much as possible. But now we have the concept of reliability. That is to have the machine available when we need it to run. And also we need to make the maintenance management to be aligned with the business results and supporting the profits. So that's one thing that I need you to keep it in mind through the presentation. We need to be aligned with the business. So now we go to the continuous improvement cycle, the so-called the Deming cycles. That is a 4-step process that starts with planning. The planning is the first and mostly the more or less used part in some organizations. The one who says, okay, which are our goals? How are we going to do it? what is our plan to do the things, what resources do I need. Then we have the second step that is execute the plan. We have the check part, the check step, where we check if everything we have set in the plan has become real. And then we have the acting. And on the acting, we have two possibilities. One is the results are worse than our plan, so we need to make corrective actions, and we need to correct something, maybe on execution, maybe on the plan, but we need to correct something. But there's another possibility, that is that our results are reach the goals or are better than the goals, and then we also can make some actions to improve our plan to be more challenging and continuously improve our results. So that's one part that sometimes we also forget. That is, when we have reached our goals, we say, okay, I'm okay, I don't have anything more to do. But it's not that way. And we can model several maintenance processes in this framework to model maintenance management and have the same continuous improvement mindset across the board. Here I have a scheme about what kind of processes can go into the plan phase, that is maybe strategy, the support, then the plan design and the planning. Then on the execution, we have the scheduling and execution, and we have the feedback we need for the scheduling and execution. We have a little cycle over here. Then on the check, we have the result check, and we have the system assessment, the audit. And on the act, we have the optimization and improvement that will reinforce our plan and make everything grow. If we expand these ones, we have several boxes that go into each of these steps. For instance, for the plan on a strategy, we start with vision and mission, policies, the strategic plan, KPIs, goals and objectives, and the maintenance scorecard. That is mainly the thing we are going to check on this presentation. Then we have all the support on contractors, human team, organization, regulation, laws, tools, workshops that will help us design our 52 weeks, our annual plan, and our budget. Then we go to the planning, that is the monthly plan, how we check the resources, MRO, procurement, for going into execution, where we are going to check how we do our weekly schedule based on our backlog and everything that comes with our backlog interaction, and go to our work order management and execution management and feedback. Here we have all the cost control, equipment history, so we can have all the results registered. On the result checks, I check separately the budget compliance just to check the financial part, the maintenance performance, and the critical failures. And on the system assessment, to check the maintenance audit. On the act, the optimization and improvement, we have strategy optimization, improvement projects, an RCM or another methodology that you can implement for improving the way you are doing things. So next step, I was telling you about maintenance and strategy and business results, and that has all to see with the strategic planning. On the strategic plan, we start from the mission and vision of the company, what we want to reach and how are we going to do it, and it will lead us to the organizational objectives. What are the long-term and short-term objectives we have for the company? With this in mind, we can make our asset management strategic plan, where we are going to set our asset management objectives, and from that, make our asset management plans. All has to be aligned. So the asset management strategic plan aligns the asset management objectives to the organizational objectives. So this is very important to be aligned to have all our resources going on the same way. I've seen places where they have some objectives here on asset management or maintenance, where they want to do something that the business doesn't need or that the business doesn't want. And then they reject the projects or they look at maintenance like a department that is not aligned with the business. Then we can start going into defining a maintenance balance scorecard. First, defining what is a balance scorecard. And the balance scorecard is mainly a management tool that allows us to implement business strategies from different perspectives. Prior to that, the main perspective was only the financial one. How much profit do I do? But here we can look the business in four perspectives. First, okay, we are always going to look at how well we do the profits if we are a good company financially talking. But then we have to check our customers. If we can satisfy our customers, if we can keep our customers, if we can keep them coming back or gaining new customers, then how we achieve this with our internal processes. If we are lean, if we are effective on managing, how we satisfy our customers, and then the learning and growth perspective, that is the one that says, okay, do you have the human culture, the human team to support all the other trees so that you can make it sustainable across the time? By looking at the business in four perspectives, we can determine our strategic objectives. Every objective has an action plan, and every action plan needs to have a KPI, an indicator to measure all the accomplishments you have. And then it will lead to a dashboard. A dashboard will be a screen that will help you make a visual management for looking at how good or how far are you from your goals. So why would we use balanced scorecard for maintenance? So because the original concept is used for strategic business plans, but really we can extrapolate their concept to other functional areas in the company, and that's possible only if we can visualize our areas as a business unit and our internal customers as our business customers. So with that, when we look at our area that way, we start looking at how our area contributes to the overall business objectives, and we can focus on becoming a strategic partner for our companies. This alignment enhances results and generates a major commitment inside our department, because the people is not only looking at, okay, how I'm doing my repair or maintenance job, but it's only looking at how important is my job for the overall company. So it generates a different kind of commitment on your crew. That's the key point, to become a strategic partner for your company. Then, for creating a balanced scorecard, we need first to define what are our internal customer expectations from our department. What do they want from us? What is the maintenance cost required for the operation? What levels of reliability and availability support the organizational goals? So this is very important, because we work into a context. Several times I have people that tell me they don't give me enough money for making maintenance. And the first question is, hey, but you know what is your product cost? Do you know if your business is making profits or not, if it's a competitive cost? Because if not, we need to be aligned and try to do something to make it more competitive. We need to be aligned with what is the reality of our business. Then, how are we going to achieve customer satisfaction? What maintenance strategies will we use? What will be our compliance level for achieving the first part? And then what kind of resources we need to satisfy our client? How will we develop our team? We need our team to grow because we don't want to have new people every week or every month, or we don't want that trained technicians go to the competition. So we need to see how are we going to encourage our team to help us to reach these first goals. Now, let's take a look at the balanced scorecard perspective and how they reflect on maintenance. So the financial one reflects the business contribution to the financial results. On maintenance, it will be our cost indicators and our savings. If we can't reach our financial goals, then we are not aligned to the business goals. Even though we may have reached other goals, if we don't make profits, we are not aligned. It's sadly to say, but it's true. On the customer perspective, it reflects our customer satisfaction. And on maintenance, it will be reflected on the asset performance indicators. They want the assets to run reliable. And on the internal process perspective, it reflects how effective and productive our processes are. On maintenance, it will be execution, planning, compliance, workforce-related indicators as range time. And on learning and growth perspective, it will reflect in how the team is preparing to continuously support and improve our operations now and in the future. The team not only performs, but also has to generate improvements. And here we have training, a suggestions program, improvement indicators. I had, for instance, I had an opportunity when we were making a program for improvement, and we challenged the people, our technicians, to give us ideas for savings through the whole year. When we did that, they first say, yes, but when we go to the whole company contest, we never win because the production projects may sometimes have more profit because they have more volume. And it says, okay, but we will do our mini contest only for maintenance technicians. The first time we had mainly 24, 25 projects. We had a saving of $500,000 in the year, and we put as a jury for the contest one of the company owners. So it was very encouraging to have the technicians explaining their projects to the company owner and receive just a little gift from them. So the next year we have 50 people, $1 million in savings just for their ideas. Well, we have the owner again trying to do this and make it a company-wide program to encourage that all the managers had to make a little improvement projects into each department. So it helps because it helps a lot to challenge the people to do it better, and also to have a good feedback and recognition of the people for what they are doing. Balanced scorecard is always has to have indicators to follow up the business, the balanced scorecard plans and the results. These indicators will help us in an objective way to reflect our management results. We need to use indicators as a call to action. Always is as a call to action, because without action, there is no management. When we select our KPIs, we need to select them thinking about what kind of action, what kind of decision I'm going to do with this one. If I can find it, I don't need it. Or I need to study more about our process to see how am I going to use it. But we need to use all the information we have. Here are little concepts that maybe you can manage, but is what is a leading indicator, what is a lagging indicator. Leading indicator measures performance before the business or process results starts to follow a particular pattern or trend. The leading indicators can sometimes be used to predict changes and trends. So we can, and not only that, we can manage them, we can react to them. A lagging indicator measures performance after the business or process results start to follow a particular pattern or trend. Lagging indicators confirm the long-term trends, but do not predict them. So we use them more to make analysis. You know, from my point of view, we use the leading indicators to manage the day-to-day, to see how I'm coming, and try to correct something. I use the lagging indicators to make more analysis of how I'm coming and measure plans. How often do I verify our results, our KPIs? Ideally, we need to have online or daily results. That's ideally, but sometimes it's hard. It depends of the technology I have or all the sources of data I need. Depending on the measurement resources and the variability of the indicator, we can use a weekly basis. No more than weekly, because if you are trying to have a monthly result and you check it monthly, you can't manage nothing. So weekly could be a good basis, except if you have high variations in the week and you need to check it daily. Monthly reports are only for showing trends and results, but can't be used for operative decision-making. Which are the indicators per perspective? On the financial one, we have cost per unit, percentage of preventive maintenance or corrective or predictive, or any percentage of cost we can separate to see trends, maintenance savings. On the customer perspective, availability, MTBF, NTTR. On internal processes, preventive maintenance compliance, range time, actual hours to estimate how are we doing our work. And on learning and growth, we can check improvement suggestions, certified personnel, training hours, and how we can measure how our team is growing. The dashboard in maintenance management will help us see the results from an integrated perspective in a quick view. Using colors implement visual management and help on benchmarking and multi-site management. Here I have some examples of what we were doing in that kind of plans. For instance, on multiple site management, I had all the plans, one beside the other, and the colors help me check, for instance, in this one, which plan is better than the other one? Which plan is the best? What do you say on the chat? The number 3, okay? Clearly, because we see all in green, so it's supposed the has reached or all its goals. Then the plant 1 and the plant 2 has troubles, mainly on the financial part. And you can see that you have the customer internal processes going well on plant 2, but still doesn't reach our financial goals. So there is something I have to do. So here we can have, at that time I had, I think, 6 or 7 units that I need to check on a view. We have a routine. So every month we make the maintenance meeting on a different plant. So every maintenance manager has to travel to the other plant. We can check everyone's results. We can check everyone's action plans, and then we will make a plant tour with all the maintenance managers, so we can make kind of an audit. It was not really an audit. It was more like watching at your plant with different eyes and making more benchmarking and sharing best practices. It was very, very, very good for doing that. Also, it was funny to skip our routines, that being on our plant and going and visit another one. Here, case number 1. What can you see from this? What can you tell me from these results? What could be happening here? Anyone? Anyone wants to give a try?
I see we have a couple people typing.
Yes, I've seen that.
We'll give them 1 more minute.
We need to bring the goal values. Okay. Anything else? What is, YTD is year to date. So we have the result of the month, that is in this chart is August, and the accumulator results, that is on the right side. Yeah, repairs are taking longer, which costs more. Great. Expenses are increasing as compared to year to date. Excellent. August month values are exceeding the goal month value. Great. More breakdowns? Not that much, because you have MTBF, a mean time between failure, that is okay. It's above our goal, so it's getting better. Need to increase build learning? Yes, we need to increase it. Reduce range time cause longer time to repair, which increase costs. Warehouse issues? Okay, great. Parts perhaps? Excellent. Yes, well, let's try to make something about this. Yes, the first thing is that our cost is too high. So we need to learn from where it comes. Here you can see, as everyone has said, that the repairs are taking too much. I have a good reliability. The machines doesn't stop too often. I have good availability. That's nice, but we can speed up the repairs. The other thing is I have a good preventive maintenance compliance. I have a good planning to estimate, so that's okay also. And we need to check, as you have said, how to improve the range time, how to improve the MTTR, how to speed this up. And then here is when you look this chart, you start making questions. Okay, show me, where are your delays? Show me why your people is not doing this one. Okay, you are a little behind on your suggestions, because on August you have 68 of 100 that you need to have. You need to speed up. You are good on savings. In everything you are good, but here you need to improve in this. It's not critical, this one, but we have some improvement. Let's go to the next one. What can you see in this one? This is easier, I think. Says Craig, a lot of time is spent on PMs, but are they right PMs? Failure rate is high. Okay, that's a good question. Big difference in MNTBA customers case August from year to date. Yes, so it could mean that they're improving slowly, but improving. Supposedly, they have a long way to go, but yes, they are improving. Less learning, okay. Yes, they don't make suggestions. They have low training. They have little savings. Maybe because they are firefighting, they don't have time to think of what to do better. Plant age, equipment condition, yeah, you will need to go deeper on that. Could be. But check, you have a good preventive maintenance compliance. So maybe your plan is not good. You need to reinforce your plan. You're doing better on range time, so you are planning better. But maybe you need to go to an RCM. You need to check what are your routines doing and why they are not so effective. That's right, David. Maybe you are touching the. You need to check your PM. Great. That's one thing, because sometimes the people only focus on this and says, hey, yeah, I'm the preventive maintenance supervisor, so I'm doing it okay. Says, yes, but the results are not doing the same, are not telling me the same. So when you look at this way, with all the perspectives, you can see if you can be doing well on something, but doing very bad in another things. So here also the cost is high. The mix here is high. We are expending more on corrective. No, our reliability is going a little better, but it's not good. But we have a good maintenance compliance. And about this one, what can you tell me? Critical equipment breakdown. Okay, could be. MTBF and availability is getting better, meaning improvement. Okay, yes, we can see that. It's an awful year because the year to date is very low, but this month they are doing very well, but expensive. Maybe the expensive part is because they are doing a lot of delayed things, trying to reach the reliability goals, the performance goals. So this month they are expensive. Yes, the fair maintenance. Thank you, David. I was looking for the word. So maybe here depends on how was the trending, but it looks that it went very bad, and they are improving. Maybe they have changed their preventive maintenance plan. They have implemented another things, so they are doing better. They have still the fair maintenance, and we need to check this again on next month to see if the numbers keep on changing on the good way. Yeah. And you can see that the year-to-date of cost is low, very low. So maybe they were not doing the right maintenance. They were doing cheap stuff. So maybe that's why they have so low performance ratings. About this one, this is our dream plant, the dream team. Okay, yes, you should look at the process to improve range time. No? Looks like it's going so well they could put someone away. Maybe. Yes. Yes, the thing is, this plant is going okay. Like Renzo says, implement lean maintenance. It will be a good way to try to make the repairs better, to improve them. Yeah, so this is this is a very good situation, really, because they're really with this. You are not firefighting. You have time for making your improvements here, and that will reflect here. So it's nice. This one, and about this one. Oh, that's Rasmus' idea. Is good. Send some senior specialists on a trip to other plants. Yes, great. What can you tell me about this one? They are spending too much. Great. Anything else? So here we can see that our maintenance KPIs are going well. They have good MTBF, they have good MTTR, good availability, good performance, but they are too expensive. Here we need to check what can we do to reduce our expenses to reach the goals. So without affecting the reliability of availability, maybe to check our preventive maintenance routines to see if we can optimize them. Maybe a PMO routine for checking what can we do with this one, because we are performing well, but we need to reach our goals and costs, because our product will not support that kind of cost. Okay. Also, when we have this, we can have some kind of charts that says, okay, how are we going on our budget and our real cost, and see if we are accomplishing them, and look at some trendings. We can check, for instance, availability versus PM, and in different plans, to check if there has some effect. If we don't do the PM, what is going to happen, and things like that on the whole year. Or maybe check the performance of just one plan. It will help me a lot looking at these charts to watch the trends. Just as closing comments, applying a balanced scorecard of maintenance management will allow us to be aligned to our business objectives. Never lose track of that. We need to be aligned with our business. Applying it just for one or for multiple locations will set a standard, and will help us on benchmarking and continuous improvement through the whole year and through the several years. And the key to a good performance is not only on the indicators, results, or measurement, but mostly on the action you take with them. Never forget, you don't need only to check that, is to analyze them and to make an action plan for that. Thank you very much. Really, I'm very, very happy for having this opportunity to share something with you.
Awesome. Amazing job, Manuel. Thank you so much for walking us through all of that. I love the examples at the end here. Once everyone got participating, it seems like it was really an awesome exercise. So thank you so much for leading us through that. We have one question, but I didn't see too many more come in. If you do have any final questions for Manuel, please feel free to drop them in the chat now. The question we do have is, what is the suggested frequency of measuring KPIs?
Yes, I touched it a little before, but mainly, ideally is daily. You need to have track of your indicators every day, but sometimes it's very hard to collect all the data, and you need to have something on a weekly basis. On a weekly basis, you can manage all the results, because on the monthly basis, you are going to make an analysis of what happened, but you can control the outcome.
Amazing. Well, you're getting some congratulations, thank yous, and excellent presentations. Yes. But other than that, I don't see any more questions coming in. We just got one. The next question here is, business acumen is usually overlooked in maintenance. What would you suggest is a good way to improve that? Is it training? Is it skills?
Oh, it's training. You need to be trained on, you need to know a little of accounting. How do they take decision on your business? You need to be very involved on how the decisions are made on your business. Only have to ask or watch your business plans, do your strategic business plans, and be involved on that. A maintenance manager has to be aware of what's the market share of its business, how much are the revenues, and things like that. That is not related exactly to our assets, but give us the view of how well are we doing, and help us to be empathic with our business.
Awesome. We got another question in here as well that said, who can you consider as the customers for the maintenance department?
Mainly operations. That is the users of our assets, but other customers are our CFO, our CEO, everyone that has to be related with the results of the business. But our main customer is operations.
Awesome. Well, I'll do a slow call for one more questions while we have Manuel here with us. If not, once again, thank you so much. I really enjoyed the presentation. I know our audience did too. Congratulations on completing the webinar, and I'm excited to see you again soon. Thanks again for making the time, and to all of our attendees for joining us this afternoon for me, morning, evening, or afternoon, wherever you are. I hope you have a great rest of your week and a restful weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.